What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. And in today's video I am going to be discussing every single champion post 2020, and I will be ranking them all in terms of my favorite through least favorite, or I should change the order of that. My least favorite to my favorite of the champions that have been champions since 2020. Now look, there's going to be some nitpicking here because I'm not including Khabib, I'm not including Stipe, I'm not including Henry Cejudo. I'm not including guys who held the belt and then lost it or left or didn't defend the belt in 2020 / weren't really a relevant champion. Like Cejudo basically left immediately into the 2020s. So I'm not going to be including guys like that. So if anyone's asking where's Khabib, where's Stipe, where's Cejudo, I didn't put them on here just because I don't really consider them as 2020s champions. But without further ado, let me know what you think in the comments. Who are your least favorite and favorite champions? Again, this is not a ranking of skill. I'll do that maybe another time soon because I'm running out of video ideas, so I'll stretch this into about 4 different videos probably. But this is not a ranking of skill. This is not a ranking of like who is the best fighter. This is just who I liked as champion the most. So yeah, let's get started, and we're going to start off with the number 34 placement and my least favorite champion of the decade, and it is Jon Jones. Let me talk about this kid, Jon Jones. How do you not have this guy as your least favorite champion of the decade? Kid's an absolute fucking scumbag. Jon Jones, I just hate this dude generally. Look, I'm trying to think. Was he a champion at light heavyweight going into 2020? Or did he, like, vacate immediately? We have to check this. Jon Jones. When was the Reyes fight? I know it was UFC 246, I want to say. Or was that Conor thingy? It was 240 something. 248 maybe? No, that was Izzy Romero. UFC 247. Alright, fuck off. But yeah, 247 February 2020. So yeah, okay, technically, but again, he lost that fight. So I'm not even counting the light heavyweight shit. But just Jon Jones as heavyweight champion has legitimately been the worst thing to ever fucking happen to the sport. Like, yes, it has ultimately resulted in a build-up where we're going to get a big hype fight, hopefully with Aspinall, if he doesn't continue to duck blatantly and be a coward. But still, he's just been so insufferable, dude. He won the belt. I have to stress this. Jon Jones is currently the second longest reigning champion in terms of active champion. Islam won his belt in October 2022. Jon won his in March 2023. The next closest I want to guess is Pantoja. Everyone else is like Marab, Dricus, Bilal, all the Ankalaev. All these guys are way more recent, right? Ilya, all these guys are super recent. So Jon Jones is the second, apart from Weili, but Jon Jones is the second longest reigning male champion right now, and he has 1 title defense. He's coming up on over 2 years. No, I think it's about 2 years to the day from when he won the belt. He's had 1 fucking title defense. Absolutely abysmal stuff. Get him out the sport. Anyway, I'm not going to stay on some of these too long. We'll skip through some of them. But let's go to the number 33 placement. And I'm just going to scroll back over here. Click. Number 33, Israel Adesanya. I fucking hate Izzy. I think he was an awful champion. I know there's going to be the edits and everyone's going to be like, oh, I miss Izzy. I miss the style bender. I miss Izzy as champ. No, you don't. No one misses Izzy as champ unless your name is Kenny Okoye and you're just nationality bias glaze because he's Nigerian and you love him and he's your boyfriend. That is the only reason why you would enjoy Izzy as champ. He had no fucking redeeming characteristics as champion. Again, I have to stress this. Post 2020s. What's he done this decade? I'm actually pulling up his record. He had a good start to the 2020s with that win over Paulo Costa, obviously. And he had the Pereira win, alright? That was great for him, you know. So Costa, September 2020. The Romero fight was in March, so I take that back. That was an awful start. That was one of the worst fights ever. Paulo Costa, good job. Lost to Blachowicz. Boring fight with Vettori. Mid-fight with Whittaker, which he lost. Boring fight with Cannonier. Loses to Pereira. Beats Pereira back. Gets his ass whooped by Strickland. Genuinely, this dude's title reign. Everyone's acting like this is some like legendary title reign that you just miss. You know, I miss the days of the Adesanya. I miss the days of the Adesanya 96 strikes across 5 rounds, a bunch of low kicks. You know, I miss those days. I'm curious. Vettori fight. How many did he land to the leg? He landed fucking half of his strikes to the leg, bro, against Marvin Vettori. 42% of his strikes to the leg in a championship fight. Crazy stuff. I know that's exactly what Pereira did against Ankalaev, by the way. Just chill. But yeah, Israel Adesanya, no one, if you're smart, will miss this guy as champion. Dricus is a better champ. If Hamza becomes champ, even he's better fucking fighting once here in Abu Dhabi. Pereira was a better champion, though he lost it immediately. Even Strickland's boring ass beating Izzy was still fucking more entertaining than half of Izzy's title reign. So yeah, fuck this guy. Glad he got finished by Malvov. Glad he got finished by Dricus. Glad he got his ass whooped by Sean Strickland. Dude's a bum. Anyway, let's move on. Number 32, Juliana Pena. It's women. I'm going to skip through some of these women's placements. I just hate Juliana Pena. She annoys me a lot. Next up, 31, Rose Namajunas. I'm the best. You're not the best. Go get groomed by Pat Barry. Get out of here. Rose Namajunas, I don't know. I just don't fucking care for her at all. You looked somewhat attractive like 10 years ago. You shaved your head and you look like a cancer patient. Get out of here. Teenage boy. No one wants you here. Next up, we got Magomed Ankalaev, Big Ank. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not going to sit here and try and be different and pretend like this dude's a good fucking champion for the sport. Like, if you are, you're trying to be different. You like him for some reason. I'm not saying you can't like a fighter, but I'm questioning why you would like Magomed Ankalaev. Like, genuinely, what is this guy bringing to the table? He's single-handedly going to kill the division dead. Like, we escaped the grasp of the fucking John Jones robbery decision title, back end of his title reign, doing a whole bunch of nothing, right? We swapped the belt around, you know, it was Blachowicz and then it was Glover. And each of these guys had their own stories to win the belt, had their own feel-good moments, you know, Glover breaking through at 42. We had, after that, Jamal Hill, who, although he made a fool of himself afterwards, I actually did feel happy for him when he won the belt initially. He then just made himself very unlikable. We had Yuri Prohaska, before that, beating Glover in one of the best fights ever. You know, all these champions sick, awesome. Pereira runs off 3 defenses in here, running on some King Von shit. And then we got this dude, Magomed Ankalaev. I'm sorry, bro. I'm just not going to sit here and act like this dude's an entertaining fighter. He's not boring. He's just mid. Like, he's skilled. I'm not denying his talent. I'm not denying his skill. I'm not denying that he's very good. Just fucking turn off my notifications. But I'm not denying any of that, right? He beat Pereira, sure. 2, 3, and 4, you want to give it to him, easy. 3's close. I'm not going to fucking sit here and act like MMA Joey and Kenny Okoye running their mouths on Twitter acting like this was a domination. I told you he was going to dominate him. He didn't dominate shit. He held him against the fence for all of round 4. And apart from a slight rocking him at the end of 2, there was no moments of actual domination in this fight. Like, shut the fuck up. But Ankalaev, he's just boring. Like, it's not even I hate Dagestanis. I've got Islam quite high up on this list. You know, it's not a Russian thing. It's not even a Dagestani thing. Like, there's good Dagestani champions. Like, Islam, I actually like as a champ. He represents the sport well. He's entertaining. Magomed Ankalaev is not fun. The division's just going to be dead. We got to pray to God that if Pereira doesn't win, we got to pray to God that Yuri can fucking get the belt back and whoop his ass. Because, like, what are we running? Like, what the fuck is the interest going to be for the title picture? Like, he's just dead. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I can't wait for the Magomed Ankalaev title reign. Like, shut up. Just because he's running with the Big Ank thing. Like, cool, Big Ank's pretty funny, right? But, like, this dude's dead. Anyway, number 29, Belal Muhammad. I do slightly tolerate Belal more than Ankalaev, just because, yes, he's boring as fuck. And I would say Ankalaev is slightly more entertaining, but, like, if Belal's winning dominantly, he actually is not fun to watch, but he can be entertaining in terms of, like, the Leon fight was very boring at moments, but, like, watching him pick up Leon and dunk him on his head was actually quite fun. Am I going to claim Belal fights are fun? No. Do I think the Shavkat fight will actually end up... Sorry, the JDM fight will actually end up being quite fun? I do. I actually do have hopes. Not high hopes. It's not going to be a fucking war. But I do have hopes that it'll be decent. Anyway, Belal, again, he's just boring. Like, there's... But again, at least with Belal, there's, like, the JDM fight, the Shavkat fight. Like, there's all these fights where you're interested. You're like, a Buckley fight's interesting. He could lose that, you know? Ankalaev, it's just like... Am I really going to get that hyped for him to fucking fight Jamal Hill? Like, Yuri's just going to be fun always. But, like, Blachowicz rematch. You got a Rakic rematch, maybe. You got a fucking Ozdemir rematch, a Krylov rematch. Now, yes, shout out Uncle Live. He has beaten a lot of the guys already, but like, maybe that's more light heavyweight being shit than like me thinking Uncle Live's bad. But I don't know, something about it. Like, I'm more interested in the welterweight title picture than I am light heavyweight. Anyway, let's move on. Number 28. Sorry, Jamal Hill. Wait, did I say Jamal Hill already? Yeah, Jamal Hill, number 28. So yeah, Bilal 29, dead. Jamal Hill, number 28. Moving on. Yeah, I don't know. Jamal Hill, he's alright. It was cool when he won the belt. It was actually a fun fight. Like, he dominated the fuck out of Glover. But again, he injured himself. He was out for a year. There was no, like, title reign. I'm not talking genuinely just how much I like these guys overall. I'm talking about how good they were as champions, how much I enjoyed their championship reign so far. So, yeah, Jamal Hill wasn't much to speak of, but that one Glover fight was solid. But again, after that, he was like, while he was champion, still yapping his mouth, or when he vacated the belt / was probably stripped, and he was just yapping on the sidelines. He was just making himself look like a dickhead. Anyway, number 27, Carlo Esparza. Number 26, Raquel Pennington. Number 25, Alexa Grasso. I'm skimming. No one gives a fuck about any of those. Number 24, Leon, bruv. That's 9 spots in a row, bruv. I believe as of Defo Bilal rematch next, bruv, after I beat Sean Brady 29-28 decision, bruv. Leon, it's a fight, bruv. I don't fucking care. Shut the fuck up, bruv. Leon Edwards, number 24. Look, he was dead, but at least he had the aura from the head kick KO. And so this dude just, like, gaslit everyone into thinking he was, like, a fun fighter. Like, everyone was like, oh, like, there was people picking Leon by KO against, like, Colby and against, like, Bilal. Just maybe I did. I might have done that, actually. But there were people being like, Leon stiffs him, and I'm just like, Leon hasn't fucking stiffed anyone apart from, like, flush head kicking Usman in the dome after losing 4 rounds. Apart from that one really early finish that he got back in fucking 2016. Like, apart from the Usman fight, Leon's last finish was when dabbing was popular, bruh. Like, get out of here. This dude hasn't finished a fucking soul in years. Apart, like, genuinely, I'm checking, but we have Jamie pull that up. We have to check this. Leon Edwards, when was his last finish apart from the Usman one? Maybe there was some boring ass TKO. It was the Usman one. We're looking at splits, decisions. He TKO'd Peter Sabata with a second to go in the third. Crazy stuff. What was the really early one? His 8-second, 2015 was like his actual like highlight. That was his last fucking thing that you can put on his highlight reel. Apart from just replaying like 7 different angles of the Usman KO. That's the only thing this dude can like. That's the only thing Leon edits are made out of. Is just the post-fight interview and about 9 different angles of the head kick KO. Because there's no other highlights on this dude's record. Anyway, number 23, Amanda Nunes. I don't know. I'll talk about it for like 10 seconds. Nunes, double champion, I guess. I will never forgive her, though, for forcing us to sit through her pay-per-view main events against Irene Aldana and fucking Raquel Pennington. Like, UFC 250 was that's the one for the fucking, one for the hardcores, you know, real ones remember UFC 250, Nunes versus Pennington, I want to say. Was it Felicia Spencer? It was one of those 2 fucking jobbers. Like, what was it? 250, Felicia Spencer, my bad. Who did I just say? Megan Anderson was 259. This bitch headlined... No, she didn't headline that card. That was on Blachowicz Izzy. She headlined UFC 250 against fucking Felicia Spencer. You want to know Felicia Spencer's record? Let me tell you about this kid, Felicia Spencer. It's badass. If my shirt dog wants to fucking load. 9-3 record, by the way. 9-3 record. Headlines UFC 250. Crazy stuff. Coming off 1 TKO win over Zara Fan. Lost her previous fight before that. Absolutely nuts. Round of applause for Felicia Spencer. Headlined a pay-per-view. The Apex days were rough. Anyway, let's move on to number 22, Sean O'Malley. Imagine not having me number 15, guys. Top 15. I don't know. Sean O'Malley, you're dead, bro. I just, like, fun fighter. I did not enjoy this dude as champ. Like, it was so clear this was just the most fucking industry plant, like, scripted, fraudulent fucking run to the belt ever. Like, this dude, like, Schmidt made Sean O'Malley's press conference massive. We know this. But, like, O'Malley, like, you got gifted a fucking Peter Yan fight, both in terms of actual the fight and the decision. You then sit out and just hope that Cejudo beats Aljo. He ends up not doing it. So instead of being like, oh, let me take Aljo on a full camp, make Aldo turn around fucking 2 weeks after he fights and get back into training camp. Beat him, good job. You want to know who you're not fighting for your first defense? Yeah, no Corey Sandhagen coming off wins over Cheeto Vera and Rob Font. You know, he was probably injured. No Marab, coming off a fucking domination of Peter Yan. No, we got to run that Cheeto Vera fight coming off one decision win that was close and arguable to Munoz over. And one win. You know, got to get that in as a title defense. Headliner pay-per-view, stack the fuck out of the card to convince everyone O'Malley's a star. Like, I don't know. It just felt like the most fucking forced, like, see guys, O'Malley, guys, support him. Like, he's fat. Everyone's like, O'Malley's a top 5 star in the sport. No, he's not. Nasultan Ruzabov is a bigger fucking star than this guy. No, like, O'Malley's entire fucking audience of fucking motherfuckers that watch Beast games and listen to the fucking impulsive podcast on the weekends, bro. Like, this dude's not a star. These guys are the same guys who tune in to fucking Kai Cenat live streams, bro. Like, respect, but like, Sean O'Malley is not a fucking draw. Anyway, number 21, Valentina Shevchenko. Like, I don't know. She had some highlights, I guess. Number 20, Aljamain Sterling. Yes, I still think Aljo was a better fucking champion than O'Malley, because it felt like they were trying to hand everything to O'Malley on a platter, whereas it felt like Aljo, they were trying to fucking make everything as bad as possible for him. Like with the Cejudo shit, you know, with the quick turnarounds, I felt bad for him. I can't act like he was entertaining. He wasn't. Like, those fights weren't fun, really. Like, the Cejudo fight was mid. The Dillashaw fight was what it was. He had one arm. The Yan fight was only really fun on the feet when Yan was beating him up. But Aljo, I can't act like I'm going to miss him as champion. I do support Aljo a bit, though. I don't mind him. Number 19, though, Glover Teixeira. Again, two title fights. The Blachowicz fight, you know, going crazy at about 6:30 a.m., half asleep, you know, just because Abu Dhabi cards, you know, watching that one. That was actually one of the first cards pay-per-views I think I was actually able to watch live, I think. No, sorry, not first pay-per-view. I was the first Abu Dhabi card I stayed up for, because I never knew, like, I was a massive casual back from early 2020s through probably about up until 269. 268, 269 is when I really started, like, getting into the weeds, paying attention to the sport. But 267 was like, I didn't even know there were fucking cards on later. I was like, how do I find out where to watch this shit, bro? Like, I would just see it occasionally, but it wasn't, like, all over my Instagram like it is now. So, like, and now I know all the fights. I know what's going on. But, like, back then I was like, what's the card this weekend? Where do I watch this? And I was like, oh, it's at 5 a.m. Okay, I've got nothing to do. I'll stay up. And I saw Glover Teixeira sub Jan Blachowicz. Crazy stuff. And then the Yuri fight was nuts. So, Glover run not very long, but it was fun while it lasted, and he gave us a sick fight with Yuri. Number 18, here's the fucking thing, man. Sean Strickland. Now, everyone's going to say Strickland should be, like, the worst on this list, and I kind of agree in terms of the fighting. Like, but let's look at it. The Izzy fight was not fun, but it was enjoyable to watch because Izzy lost. That's the key thing. Next up, we had the Drickus first fight, which was fun. It was fun. It wasn't a war. It was not a fucking, we're going to go to the death for you fucking guy. It wasn't any of that, but it was, like, enjoyable. The build-up was cool. At least we can say with Strickland is that kind of run from UFC 279, no, 293, sorry, what am I saying? 279 was the previous, 279 was fucking Diaz Ferguson, what am I talking about? 293, the other September card, 293, that run from 293 to 297 was pretty fun. Like, we had the whole 296 build-up shit where the whole press conference and the Theo Von crying on the podcast and the jumping in the crowd. It was like, there was a vibe. Even though he's boring as fuck, there was so much, like, hype and, like, notoriety around Strickland. There was all these videos coming out of him fucking beating up Sneeko, meeting Trump, MGK, all this shit, right? So, like, champion, awful, but he did bring kind of a bit of hype to the company, I guess. And it was kind of a, like, you're seeing Sean Strickland clips. You're seeing him pull out a gun on some random dude on his porch in a clip that actually wasn't faked, unlike the Cheeto one. I'm sorry, bro. If you think that was real, you gotta fucking just pack it up, buddy. You gotta watch something else. Like, I don't know. You gotta look into it a little bit. That was clearly fake as fuck. Let me know in the comments. Did anyone actually think that was real? Like, there's like a 5% chance in my mind that, like, maybe, but like, I just don't think that can't have been real. Anyway, but Strickland, there was just new clips of him coming out every fucking day. The edits were going crazy. It was a good time, even though we were able to just kind of forget that this dude was boring as fuck. Anyway, let's move on. Number 17, Francis Ngannou. 17, Ngannou. For John Africa, I don't know. Francis, he never fucking fought. Like, yes, the aura was crazy. Like, you were anticipating someone to get absolutely murdered whenever you watch this guy fight. The Stipe KO was sick, right? That was a great crowning moment for him. Sits out for about a year to fight Gane. Again, I know there was contract negotiations going on. I know there was some bullshit. But I can't act like it wasn't annoying as fuck to watch, like, the most so-called dangerous man in the sport. That's what the heavyweight champion's supposed to be, the baddest man in the sport. Wait on the sidelines for a fucking year. And then go to a shitty decision with Gane. And then wait a fucking another year. And then just eventually, like, if you're gonna fucking leave, just leave, bro. Like, I was about to say something like, if you're gonna leave, just leave. Like, just go. Like, fuck off. Like, get out of here. Go do your fucking boxing thing. Stop trying to negotiate. I know the UFC was probably trying to hold him up and shit. But, like, you were done after the Gane fight. That was your last fight on your contract, I'm pretty sure, from memory. And he's just trying to, and it's like negotiating this, is he gonna make it? No, and then he just leaves. Okay, cool. We only had to wait from January 2022 until January 2023 to actually find out that finally this guy's actually just leaving. Could have gone way quicker, could have sped up this entire fucking process, but no, had to wait an entire year just for a fight announcement that it was a vacant title with Cyril Gane coming off a fucking win over Tai Tuivasa. Blob Tuivasa. So Ngannou, the title reign was exciting when he fought, but it was too much waiting. It's too much waiting. Number 16, Osman, Kamaru Osman. Look, this is one where I am already seeing the edits, I'm missing Usman. Where's Usman? I wish we could have the days of Usman back. And yes, it's crazy to say that we've had about the worst fucking run. Like, Usman is alright. We had a generational run of, like, awful welterweight champions, bro. Like, that gives me very little hope for, like, JDM or Carlos Prates. Let me tell you about this kid. Like, it gives me little hope for any of these guys. Like, Sean Brady's going to be the next champion. And you want to know why? Because that's just the way the welterweight goes. You get a boring ass. When was the last fun welterweight champ, bro? Like, yes, Usman had his fun moments, but, like, again, let's break it down and not act like at least, like, a vast majority of this guy's fights were fun. Colby fights were sick. Great finish over Masvidal. Great finish over Burns. The first Masvidal fight was dead. The Woodley fight was dominant. It was like it was a Woodley fight. And both of the Leon fights were mid as fuck. And then the Hamzat fight wasn't even for the title. But Usman, Osman, he's solid. I can respect him. Anyway, foot stomps went crazy though. The title, what was the better title reign? Izzy's low kicks at range or Usman's foot stomps in the clinch? That's the question. Anyway, number 15. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but I promise, man, I'll make a list on Left Lens channel someday, man. Brandon Moreno. Look, it was a quick run. He won the belt back twice. He won at UFC 263, won it back at UFC 283. There you go. Little numbers there for you. It was 283, yeah? Yeah, it was. 283, 263. Lost it at 270, obviously. Had that draw at UFC 256. That was the number, yeah? I gotta stop doubting my knowledge, bro. I know this shit, man. So draw with Figgy, which I do think he lost. I view this series as 2-2, to be honest. Like, yes, Moreno's were more definitive. Like, he finished him both times. Well, his Figgies were both decisions. But, like, I still think Figgy won the first and the third fight. Moreno won the second and the fourth. If they fought again at Bantamweight. If they fought again with a healthy Figgy, I think Figgy wins. It's close. I think Figgy would edge it, though. But no, Moreno was, like, I liked it, bro. It was wholesome as fuck. No one, even if you were rooting for Figgy, which I was in the series, to be honest, like, real ones were rooting for Figgy, bro. All the like, the nice, heartwarming, all the lovely people were rooting for Moreno. They love the storyline, Real ones were rooting for Davison Figueiredo. Real ones were supporting Figgy just fucking decapitating Joseph Benavidez and choking him unconscious in front of Megan O'Leary. And then he was waking up screaming. Like, that was the Figgy title reign. Shit was violent. But Moreno was cool as champ. It was wholesome. Number 14, legendary Polish power. Jan Blachowicz, I will support any man who puts a beating on Izzy and clearly beats him and exposes his boxing. So I respected that. He whooped Izzy's ass 49-46, 50-45. People really were scoring this fight for Izzy. Like, it actually pissed me off to see the amount of people saying, I reckon it's 2-2 going into the fifth. Shut the fuck up. Blachowicz, though, great KO win over Reyes. Felt bad for Reyes, but objectively, if you're looking at just the championship, it was a sick KO. And then obviously the win over Izzy, and then the loss to Glover. So not a long reign, but I still think like I think he beats Glover most times they fought. I don't know what the fuck I don't know what the fuck this guy's doing. Kid slipped over, got fucking choked. It is what it is. He had an half night. Looked bone dry in there. But Blachowicz title reign was cool. 13 Islam brother. This guy short but strong. Nobody check his grappling, brother. We have to check this. Australia don't have wrestling. Islam though, it should be called bad guy and fat guy. Don't go by golf. Golf don't burn 0 calories. Islam Makhachev. I just got a Makhachev fucking soundboard playing in my head right now. But this dude is champion. I enjoy it. Again, someone's gonna be like, why don't you have him top 5? I'm sorry, it's just personal opinion. I don't hate him. Again, Islam's my favorite of the Dagestanis. Right, less inbred, less boring, less fucking intolerable to listen to. You know, he's actually funny. He's got personality. Some other guys could learn some shit. You know, Tiggy Ulanbekov, crack some jokes, buddy. Like, what are you doing? You're a fucking NPC. But Islam, I like him as champ. He's fun. Again, he hasn't really had a boring fight for the belt. Like, finished Moicano quick. Poirier fight was sick. Oliveira fight was annoying, but it was objectively fun with the finish. Both Volk fights, obviously sick first fight, violent second fight. And yeah, you can't complain about the Islam title reign. I could have him higher. Some people will say, why don't you have him higher? I don't know. It's like, I wasn't a supporter of Islam at the start. I was rooting against him against Oliveira. I was rooting against him against Volk. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm just going to say he's just been fighting guys who I want him to lose to. So I'm not going to sit here and be fake and be like, oh, I actually really like Islam. Like, I like him. I'm not going to be heartbroken if he loses. I was supporting him against Arman, but Arman pulled out. And then obviously I just kind of had to support Moicano just because it would be funny. But no, I like Islam as champion. He's cool. Number 12 though, Ilia Aptoro. Now, objectively in terms of like champion quality, like what they're doing for the sport, Ilia is fucking absolutely killing the sport. Not killing it. Like he's doing good by moving up and sort of, at least he's vacating. But like he is so just uninterested in being an actual champion. Like dude got one defense and like, yeah, I'm good. I'm sweet, like, I'm moving up, buddy. See you later. Like, he literally, within the space of a year after winning the belt, he's packed his bags and he's moving to 55. But yeah, the KOs are sick. Again, I was rooting for him again. I was rooting against him against Volk. I actually kind of wanted him to beat Holloway, to be honest. Holloway's never done it for me. I've never been a massive Holloway fan. But no, Ilia Aptoro, he's a cool champ. Number 11, Tom Aspinall, is bicarbonate soda. So I'm getting so many of those videos on my fucking Instagram reels. But Aspinall, he's doing his thing. He's actually making the heavyweight division interesting just via giving us someone to hate. And like, if John didn't exist and John just dipped after the fucking Garn fight and was like, I just wanted to win a belt up a weight class, I'm done. Or if, like, let's say he fought Stipe at International Fight Week instead, before we actually got the Aspinall and the Pavlovich kind of fight there to create the interim belt. Like, if he just dipped, like, before we even got to see that, what would the division be right now? Like, it's just Aspinall fighting Garn and Almeida and shit, coming off, like, one win each, because we need contenders. Like, so yes, John being here does create something interesting, and Aspinall is actually making it interesting, because he's giving us, like, Aspinall would not be nearly the name he is right now without the cause of calling for the ducking of John Jones, right? So he's giving us something to sort of make videos about. He's single-handedly powering MMA Guru's content stream, you know, made about 17 fucking videos of him, probably amassed about 7.3 million views on his channel, just talking about Jones Aspinall recycling the same fucking shit over and over again, I can't lie, but respect the game. But again, Jones Aspinall, it's the only thing like that we have to look forward to heavyweight, and then once that's done, like again, I don't want to delay it, I want to see the fight, but it's also like, as soon as that shit's done, we're cooked. Like, Jones is either leaving, win or lose, and then it's just Aspinall versus... It's worse if Jones wins, though, because if Jones wins and dips, then it's like, we just got to sit there and watch Aspinall, who just lost, just whoop everyone else and be like, oh yeah, this is cool, I guess, but he lost to Jones. So we need Aspinall to win and just keep whooping everyone. That'll be fun. Anyway, number 10, we're into the top 10. Davison Figueiredo, I talked about him before. Real ones were rooting for Figgy violence. Figgy owns 2020. I'm going to do a video... sort of like a fighters of the year for each year video, but like the most like fighters that were on some crazy timing on some demon timing in these years, right? Like 2024 Poatan, 2022 Volk, 21 Usman, 2020 Figgy. Like, these were these guys who were just on some smoke, right? And Figgy, I enjoyed the title reign immensely. Like, there just was no one else nuking dudes at flyweight, and he was doing it. It was fun to watch. Number 9, though, Dricus du Plessis. I can't lie, Dricus is fun as champ. Like, he rubs me the wrong way, and I'm still kind of, like, fucking annoyed with him. Like, I don't know, he pisses me off. He knows what he's doing as well. Like, Dricus in high school would be that guy that just pisses out, like, the smug guy that the teachers want to hate, but he's just kind of likable, so he's like, I kind of gotta fucking respect it, but he's just a cunt. Like, that's Dricus right there. Dricus is professional instigator, professional gaslighter, professional fucking nuisance, right? But he's fun. His fights are fun as hell. He goes for it. You gotta respect it. Number 8, it is not Deshashashvili, it is Dwalishvili. Learn to read, speak English. I've just seen a video, it's the best thing I've seen all day, of Marab trying to read brain rot. It's the dumbest shit ever, because I'm almost certain he can't fucking read in the first place. And now he's trying to read, he's like, fine shit. What is this? Sigma Riz. I don't know this. Like, it's the most goofy fucking thing ever. And my humor is broken for finding brain rot funny. I don't normally find it funny, but just watching, like, Marab try and figure out what it means makes it funny, you know? But number 7, again, Marab. Some people are going to be like, why do you like Marab? Again, fight's not the most fun. I enjoy this dude as champ. He's just cool. It's cool to root for someone to, like, really achieve Bantamweight GOAT status, because, like, there's sort of that argument, like, you'll still get all those arguments between Cruz, DJ, and Aljo. And there was Bedtime who was pushing the O'Malley Bantamweight GOAT narrative, despite him having, like, one actual legitimate fucking win. That's valid. But no, Marab, now, you got someone to root for. I know Lucas loves all these guys who are, like, coming through, trying to really, like, assert themselves as GOATs of the division, because it is fun to root for, right? It's to be like, oh, he won more win and he's there, or something, or you can really make the argument. Gives people a reason to make GOAT lists too, you know. Lucas Tracy needs these current champions to keep winning so that he can keep updating his GOAT list, you know. Pantoja's climbing into that top 7 with another win, per sources. But next up, number 7, Zhang Weili. I've got to give some female inclusion at the top of the list. I enjoy Weili as champion, and I am so glad she is, because if anyone else was champion at strawweight, it's just going to be dead. Like, unless we're getting Mackenzie Dern fucking goonfests for these title defenses, like, that'd be fun, I guess. But Zhang Weili, definitely one of the only fun female fighters in the sport right now. Number 6, Petr Yan. Again, short. This guy's short but strong. This was a short title reign, but it was a good one while it lasted. He beat Aldo. That really, like, people knew about him before that, obviously. But that Aldo fight really put him on the map. Like, Jan's this savage. Yeah, Cejudo, like, LeBron, it's all good. We got Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is, like, except it was legit. Like, except it was an actual valid fucking comparison to just be like, yeah, we don't need you anymore, Cejudo. We got Petr Yan. Like, we're good. Petr Yan is here. But Yan whooped up Aldo, was whooping Aljo, and then fucking spins the entire timeline on its head. Yeah, it was tough, but no, Yan as champion was cool. It was just like watching him just do some cool shit on Aljo. It was just fun to watch, like him just back tripping Aljo was just nice. Anyway, number 5 went to the top. Let's go for that. Yuri Prohaska. No one can deny that this dude as champion was nuts. Like, it was just the goofiest shit to see this, like, absolute fucking douchebag manage to spinning elbow his way into a fucking title fight in his third UFC fight, and then just beat Glover in the most retarded way possible. Like, submitted the grappler, like, got rocked in the 5th by the grappler, the 43-year-old jiu-jitsu guy, and then subs him with no hooks with 30 seconds to go. Like, it was so fun. Even the both Pereira fights, he brings it every time. I want to see this dude beat Ankalaev. If Pereira ain't getting the belt back, which I wouldn't, like, if Pereira's not going to get the belt back, I'd rather him just leave. I don't want to see Pereira lose to Ankalaev again, but I also kind of want Yuri to get his chance, and I think Yuri has a good chance to beat Ankalaev. But anyway, number 4, Poatan. Speak of 2024, Poatan will go down in the history books. Like, this was generational shit. Carried the UFC in 2024. No doubt about it. Yes, Ilias was, like, kind of fighter of the year in terms of, like, the, like, resume, what he did. But it's undoubtable that Poatan really carried the year and defined 2024. I don't need to talk about him too much. And anyone who's acting like Uncle Ive is a more desirable champ than Pereira, you're trying to be different. I don't know why Joey's got some fucking hate boner that he probably can't see because of his belly rolls. For Pereira, not sure what's going on there. Dude needs to go on a jog. Go into cardiac arrest. Fucking Dave Blunts. The Dave Blunts of MMA YouTube, but white. MMA Joey, shout out. But anyway, number 3. I worked so hard for this, you guys. Number 3, man. I thought I was going to be top 2, guys. Pantoja, I love this dude, man. Again, he's my favorite fighter right now. This is going off like the championship reign, though. So some people are going to be like, oh, you're just trying to be different, saying above Pereira. It's just because I enjoy watching Pantoja win, you know? Like, Pereira was just sick. I had no, like, emotional attachment. Like, I wouldn't have been upset if he lost to Yuri or Khalil. Like, Jamal would have just been annoying. But I wouldn't have been, like, upset, right? I wouldn't have been like, fuck, man. If Pantoja loses, I'm gonna be upset, man. You're like, you ain't gonna see me for weeks. I might actually just like take a 2-week hiatus from the channel and just go sit in the cabin and just cry. Like, Pantoja, I love this dude, man. I've actually like got some emotional attachment to this dude. Like, it's kind of weird, but I love Pantoja. Watching him win, it's just cool, bro. It's inspiring, you know. My dad left too. He didn't. No, but Pantoja, it's just fun to, like, I don't know. Lucas, I hated the narrative that he was pushing of, like, Pantoja's, like, boring, just, back hugger, doesn't do anything. I hated that narrative. I always said Pantoja was fun as fuck. And he is. He's one of the most fun champions in the sport we got right now. Anyway, number 2, Yadan Volkanovski, number 2. Prime Volk, this is the one where it's like, I actually will miss Volk. Like, everyone acting like they're going to miss Izzy. You won't. We were all rooting for this guy's downfall. Like, we were all fucking praying that this dude would get slept. When Pereira beat him, we were all happy. When Strickland won, pretty much everyone was happy. But Volkanovski, man, no one was, like, actively rooting for this man's downfall unless you're just a bad person. Like, you should be on a fucking watch list. You need to be interrogated and tested for psychopathy if you fucking wanted Volk to lose, right? This dude's title run was unmatched. The violence, the perfect performances. Dude, perfect gamed TKZ and Holloway back-to-back. Whooped up, went up to lightweight, lost a close fight to Islam, moves back down, whoops up your A, puts him in a bag, no worries. Gets out the submission from Ortega. I could talk about this bald man all day. I love Volk. Only bad thing, bro cannot make a son to save his life. He's 0 from 4. You know, everyone's talking about LeVar Ball's gone 4 from 4, 3 from 3. Volk's 0 from 4, bro. He's just pumping out daughters. Like, respect to him. But you gotta fucking, might have to get on some Chandler shit and just selectively pick one, you know. Volk needs a son, bro. We need mini Volk, you know. Anyway, number 1, Du Bronx. No doubt about it. As a pure champion, again, you might have fighters that you like more than Oliveira, fighters who never became champion, anything like that. As champion, it is undoubtable, in my opinion, that the Oliveira title run was special. Chandler, comeback win. Poirier, aura, gained the respect. You know, there were these people yapping saying you're not the champion until you beat the champion. Oh, you're not a real champion. He beats Poirier, subs him. It's top of the mountain, man. It is what it is, dude. Goes in there, beats Gaethje. Gaethje was talking a whole lot of shit, calling him a quitter, subs him in the first. That 3-fight run was off its fucking head. The amount of hype, like, I was actively, like, joyful. Like, I was the happiest I'd been in years. And I know that's like, people are gonna act like, oh, that's weird, bro, as a man, there's no way that's the happy. Like, nah, bro. Any UFC fan knows the peak of happiness in life is watching your favorite fighter win the belt. And that was the shit we went through with watching Oliveira. And the highs to the lows of losing to Islam was tough, but the title run, that 3-fight reign, was the best thing ever. Anyway, that will do it, guys. Longer video for you guys today. Hope you enjoyed. Without further ado, that'll do it. Peace out. Give me some more content ideas, and I'll do them. Goodbye.